Okay. All right, guys. So welcome tonight to our team call for May. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see new faces on the call. It's always fun. Courtney, everybody, Courtney, a.k.a. Crew Av on Facebook.
The way my students won't find me.
So your students won't find you. Smart.
Yes.
Smart. Very smart. So she has been kicking butt with the 21-day fix, and her clothes just keep getting bigger and bigger, and she is ready to pay it forward and start learning the business, just like you guys. So I'm excited for her to be on this call, and I know that Jessica has a new coach too. That maybe she's not on the call now, right?
No, it's Alyssa's new coach.
Oh, it's Alyssa's new coach.
I've just been trying to play catch up because.
Okay, so you can just, if she doesn't pop on, then we can just give her this to watch.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I just messaged.
Here goes Melissa. Whoop, whoop. There she is. My girl. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so to start off the call this month, first of all, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that the All Access Challenge Pack is on sale, I believe, through August. So the whole summer.
Through August.
Through August. Yep. So we definitely want to take advantage of that because that's like the sickest deal ever. The way that, I'm approaching it is I'm telling people if they buy a bag of Shakeology, they're basically getting a gym membership for an entire year for $30. So let's just go, we want to go after that and get as many people as we can signed up for the All Access. Obviously I know you guys are working, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that. So that's going to be going through August. So that's great. That's just so great that the company is doing that. Sarah, is Sarah our new coach?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome, Sarah. She's on. Oh, there she is again. We got two Sarahs. Sarah, can you hear me? Now can you hear me?
Oh.
All right, so she'll pop on. But so the first thing that we talked about that we want to discuss, the first topic, is posting with purpose. Okay? So for those of you who have done the trainings and those of you who, have been here for a little bit, you guys know that we should be posting 3 to 5 times a day on social media. So that way people are seeing us constantly throughout the day. Now, it doesn't have to be about Beachbody all day long because that would get super annoying to people, right? If every single post was about Beachbody. You should have about 2 posts a day that has something to do with Beachbody. It's not, and when I say that, I don't mean, hey, this Shakeology, okay? Don't do that, okay? Do not do that. And I don't mean, don't take a picture of the All Access Challenge Pack and say, buy this. This is the sale. You want to be authentic and real, original. And so you just want to talk about you and your journey and how it's affecting you. And, your before and after pictures. If you notice, Marina posted recently a picture of her in her, those pink pants that she, picture from last year. And then she posted her picture of her now. And she's like, is this even real? I can't even believe this, And, that's just something that, she didn't, that's not a fake post. That's not I'm trying to sell you something. That's her sharing her true feelings type of post. It's a post with a purpose, And me taking a picture of me drinking my Shakeology, yes, I just did that. If you noticed in the May group, because that's something that's acceptable for that we want to show people that we are drinking our shake. And then I gave them the recipe, which is also posting with purpose. But you don't want to just post a picture of you, with the product for no reason if you're not going to explain what you're talking about, And so when I talk about Beachbody posts, I mean a recipe that something you just made, anything that has to do with health and fitness and just living a healthy life, okay? And relate it to you in some way, shape, or form. If you throw up an inspirational quote, tell us why it inspires you, Like, I always use this one as an example. She believed she could, so she did, right? So, like, if I was to throw that up, I would say, like, I was a member to 4 gyms at one time in my life, Like, I never, thought that this was, something that I could do. But when I started believing in myself, that's when I started getting my results. When I started throwing out my excuses, that's when I found my abs or whatever, So, anything that you do, you want to make sure, like, before you actually hit post, if there's an actual reason why you're posting that. Like, is this actually giving value to somebody? When someone's scrolling on your page, are they actually getting something out of it? Or are they just seeing, motivational quote after motivational quote after motivational quote, which they can go to Pinterest for that. They don't need to go to your page for that. So why are they on your page? What is original? What is authentic? What is bringing them to check out your stuff every day, right? So before you hit that post, read it. See how you could tweak it. What could make it a little bit more interesting? What could give it a little bit more value to somebody? Instead of just posting a picture of something, post it with the recipe. Or post it with, like how they could tweak it for their kids. Or how they could turn it into different portions and add the 21-day fixed containers. What are they to it? Like, you want to give people as much as you can, as much information as you can. It's much free info. They love free. When they come to you, they will keep coming back if you keep giving them free. So that is with Beachbody. And then posting with purpose, we also want to show us, right? But this is where it gets a little tricky, because Facebook has officially become your storefront, okay? And it's hard at first because Facebook is a place where we post a picture of our dog, you know what I mean? Like, or a picture of our baby because they're so cute, or, something, I don't know, something that, like, here's an example. And I probably have told some of you guys this one before. When my son was, I don't know, like 6 months old or something, they did his circumcision wrong, right? And we had to get it fixed. And I thought that posting about it would help other moms understand that this is a thing, because I never knew that was a thing. Well, holy hell, who knew that there was a thing that people were so against it? And, like, I got, like, all these haters on my page, and people were, like, cursing at me and, like, telling me I mutilated my child and, like, stuff like that. So you have to, like, be ready for stuff like that if you're, you know what I mean? Like, this is, like, you have to know, like, what you're putting out there, like, what you're kind of getting back. So that's just one example of, being careful what you post, because you do want to share things, but I just want to warn you that stuff like that could happen. But also, I was looking through a coach's page the other day. I'm not going to say her name. She's not on our team. She is in Team Inspire, and she had taken one of my posts and used it on her page. She shared it on her page. So I was like, oh, let me look at her stuff. And I was scrolling through her page, and there was like a picture of her with like Snapchat with like bunny ears or something. I was like, okay, this is whatever. Like, next picture. Then there was a picture of people who go to the gym, like somebody that got an infection in their foot, and the foot was like all corroded and nasty and disgusting. Like, you couldn't even like look at it. And I was like, oh my God, like, how is she even putting this up? Like, who would even want to look at that? Next one, I was like looking at this stuff like, this is not
professional.
Not professional at all. Okay. And you want people to like want to read your stuff and be interested in you and learn about you and, tips and tricks and love like, you can totally post pictures of your kids. You want them to if that's what I'm all about posting pictures of my kids, but I usually post it with purpose. Like, you'll read a lot on my page about, just for example, like, I haven't had a relationship with my mom. So like, a lot of times when I post a picture of my kids, I talk about being a mom and like how like, like my kids made me a mommy and, like that's such a big deal for me because I didn't have a mom. Like, there's always a reason behind it. Okay. And you want people to come and read this stuff and be like, oh, like you want them to know, like get to know you. You don't want to just put like a picture of Marina. Give me something like silly.
Feeling what I did tonight, a picture of my dinner.
No, but trust me, there's way worse than that.
Well, I see so many, but a lot of them that get me I see so many coaches that don't show that they're a product of the product. And it gets me like mad even, because I know like you're out there working out, you're out there drinking your shakes. So if you truly don't know what to post, then post a picture of yourself drinking your shake and talk about how it makes you feel or how it helps you. So you can still do, the like this, but with a message. And a lot of people do that. Like they say, thank God I have this, or I would never be able to get breakfast done in the morning. There.
Right. There's a purpose for that. And then you could...
I just don't think that you have to post motivational quotes all day long, because I also see some coaches out there and all they post are motivation. And you do want to post motivation, but that's not everything you should focus on. Does it make sense?
Like, everybody has their niche, right? And
everyone's different. So what I say might not really work for you guys, but it's always good to listen to a bunch of different coaches and kind of use what works for you.
Right. Like, if you look at my page and you look at Marina's page and you look at Jessica's page,
totally different.
And it's so different.
Yes, it is. And I look at
Lindsay's page.
I'm curious, but it's like stuff that I personally would never post because it's not me.
Right.
You do all these mommy hacks.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm very into like mommy hacks, mommy funny things. Today I was talking to Evelina on the phone and I was like, girl, you need to post like one of those, viral videos. And she was like, I hate those. I will never post anything like that. But like, for me, like, I love that stuff. Like, I posted one today, like where like the husband and the wife are text messaging back and forth. It's really funny. And they're like cursing and then they like erase it and then write something nice. Like, I love that kind of stuff, but that doesn't mean that that's you. And like, my personal stuff that I post, like, and my thing about like not having a mom and like divorced parents and stuff like that is very different than Marina's fertility problems and, like stuff that she talks about. And it's all very different. And, but it's all with a purpose. And so it takes a while. Like, Marina, for a while, I had no idea she had these fertility problems. Like, she never told me, she never posted about it. And like, all of a sudden, like, she went live and her business was like, boom. Everyone started following her not because she has fertility problems, but because she got real. They were interested in her. They wanted to know more about her. So they kept following her. And so that's really like the goal. So if you were going to open a store, if you like this, you have to think as social media as your business. And if you were going to open up an actual storefront, what would you put in the windows for people to come in? What kind of flyers would you be handing out to attract people to come into your store? Not like pictures of disgusting blistered feet. Like, that's gross, you know? But like, what would inspire people to come and want to find out more about you? Like, what is this store all about? And it's not all about Beachbody. Part of it is, but remember, we are not necessarily selling Beachbody. We are selling you, because there are 400,000 coaches out there that sell Beachbody. They can choose anyone, but why are they choosing you? And they're going to figure that out by when they come to your page and see what you post. And so when you post with purpose and you're posting consistently, and there's an actual thought out reason for every post, that makes a huge difference on who you're going to attract to you. Okay? And I just want to like say one thing, like I really never will just post a picture anymore like I used to, just to post a picture. And sometimes that's hard because I take 50 trillion pictures of my kids every day, and I just want to like post them and be like, aren't they the cutest things in the whole world? You know, like I want to do that, but I save the picture. I think about like what I want to write about it. On vacation, like I took so many pictures and I purposely wrote like, okay, you guys, I know I've been posting a lot of pictures, you know, like these are the last ones, last group from the trip. And then I put in something about free trip, blah, 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 blah. Because I did want to share like what we did, and I wanted people to see my kids and my life, but I didn't really have to, there was no real purpose behind that. But I don't do that often. And just one other thing that's like a tip that I do to help me get ideas, because I mean, we're doing this every day. Like you're really posting 5 to 7 days a week, and it can get like sometimes hard to come up with ideas. One is Tiny Torch, which I think most of you know about it, and if you don't, there's a video that I can show you on it, which will help you with some posts. But what I do is I part of my day I scroll, and I scroll on Pinterest, I scroll on other Beachbody coaches, I scroll on other MLM business owners. I was scrolling on, somehow I got onto someone that sold wine last night. I think I was like trying to see like she was under somebody was a Beachbody coach that left Beachbody, and I don't know, somehow I'm friends with her. She sells wine. Anyway, I was scrolling through her stuff, and she had that post that I put up today that says, hey, Becky, look at their goals. Those are so big. I found that on her page. So you can find this type, like really good content and use it. You don't have to use it all in one day. Like I'll go through and like different people's pages on different like Instagram accounts, like just stuff that I find, and I screenshot it. Or if I'm out, yesterday when I was in the airport in Georgia, I saw there was a water fountain, and then I don't know if you guys have this, but there was a little thing with a water bottle attachment. So you didn't have to put your water bottle like this, like you could just fill up your water bottle. And I saved it. I didn't post it yet. I'm like, this is going to be a great post when I can't think of a post, you know? So fill your camera up with screenshotted things that you think are really good, that relate to you, that you think can relate to other people, to help you post with purpose. That makes sense? Okay. And it does take a little while. Like when I was first, like really, if I, like, you know how things pop up and it's like 3 years ago, right? And so it'll be like 3 years ago and I'll read my post and I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe I posted that. Like how embarrassing, right? But you learn along the way. And, you know, we're here to give you constructive criticism. So if we see something, like sometimes I'll say, just reword this or just add this in, you know? And it helps, and you learn the more you do it, the better you get at it. But every time before you hit that actual post button, remember, this is your store, this is your brand, you are your company. Do you want to put this out there into the universe for people to see that are coming to look and buy you, basically? Okay. Marina, you're up. Strategies.
Okay. Yes. So talking about strategies in the sense of how to plan your days or how to plan what you're going to post. So for someone just starting and in the beginning of their coach journey, your page might look a lot different than someone who's been doing this for a long time. And I'm speaking it about myself. I'm talking about myself. So if I go back and I look at my page when I first started and I see my posts, they're a lot different than the posts I post today. And I know that Lindsay talked about that. But what matters is that I was posting. So this is how you should think about planning your day. There are tons of people out there looking at your site or your page, Facebook page. And I personally, my goal is to post 3 to 5 times a day, but I kind of got into the groove now that I've always done that. I always do like a good morning post, and it's a good morning motivation post. So I plan my days like this. I'll post a motivation in the morning, and then and by morning, I mean like 7:30, 8, but it's tiny torched. So it's scheduled. I'll post a motivation in the morning, and then I'll do like mid-morning, either I'll do a live video or I'll post something related to working out or transformation picture. And this is only because I've been doing this for a while, and I noticed that like my 11 to 12 p.m. time zone for me gets a lot of attention. So that's why I go live at 11 a.m. and not at 4 p.m. most days. Because I've noticed that's when I get the most people watching and it's more active. And you'll know that once you start doing it. So
it will be different for everyone.
It's different for everyone. I mean, like I see coaches that go live every night at 9 p.m. I'm like, there is no way that I could ever do that. But I think it works for them or they wouldn't be doing it. So my goal is to always, and I'm going to show you. I write everything down, okay? So this is my list. I think you can see it for the days of the week. This was last week, Wednesday, and I have AM, workout, tips, and toddler. And this is because every Wednesday I post a toddler activity or something fun to do with a toddler. And then you have Thursday, and it's the same thing. AM, something to do with coaching, because every Thursday I post something to do with coaching. So AM, coaching, workout, and then tips for working from home. So the list only has 4 things in it, and I always end up squeezing a 5th one, like a workout selfie or whatever happens that day. And I write everything down and I schedule. The AM posts are the easiest ones to schedule because I sit here and I look for motivational quotes, and then I write something that goes with it and I schedule it. The morning ones, sometimes it depends. I won't schedule it and I'll just see how my day is going, and I'll either do a live video and talk about it or I'll post something about it. But the important thing is to kind of plan your day. So think about when you want to post and what you want to post. And I don't know if I'm rambling, but it's hard when you think you're posting with purpose. It's hard for you. I know it is, because it was hard for me to think like, I'm not interesting. Like, what's, why are people going to follow me? Post with purpose. What kind of purpose? And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to post about my workout and I have a really boring life. So what am I going to post? You know, a picture of me doing this. And it's not boring because think of the people that you follow realistically, like movie stars or whatever. Like if you see an ad on Facebook and you click the ad or it calls your attention, think about why. Why did it call your attention? Like why in the world was that interesting to you? Because sometimes it's stupid, like, you know, a picture of food and I don't know. What calls my attention are the people working out all the time, and that's how I found Lindsay. And it's silly because let's say a video of someone working out, right? But it's what caught my attention and how I got connected with her. So guess what I'm doing? I do videos of myself working out because I know there are other marinas out there that, you know, are paying attention to the workout videos that pop up here and there. So don't think that like what you do is not important or is not going to get any attention. The more you're willing to share like your personal stuff, the better it will be. Actually, not the better, but like the easier it will be. Because then you're not trying to come up with anything. You're just, you know, sharing what's going on. So
You're being real, authentic.
Yeah, and you have to accept the fact that there are weirdos out there that are going to look at it. And so it's true though, and you'll get some weird friend requests. Well, you block them, but you know, and everyone is watching, so yes, it's public. But you're sharing you. Like think about meeting new people. If you were at a party or a dinner and you would be talking, you probably wouldn't even share all that stuff. Like people know more about me that are not my friends in real life sometimes because I post so much on Facebook now that like they know all the details. And my real life friends like sometimes don't even catch on like with all the infertility stuff that I go through until we meet. So it's weird, but I guarantee like some of you guys out there know more than my actual friends. So I plan my day like this and I do like a morning post, a workout post. And by workout post, I mean either like my selfie with an explanation of what I did that day and how it was or how it wasn't, or like I videotape myself working out and I post a video. Or I'll post like a picture of me in Shakeology and write something about it. So that's kind of like my workout area. And that's the only thing I have Beachbody that I post. Then in the afternoon, I'll do like tips or recipes or whatever. And then at night, I have different things that I post. And I kind of figured out what the things were that I liked. And I just scheduled them. So for example, I talk about my infertility. On Tuesdays, I talk about, I always post a dinner. I like cooking. So on Tuesdays, I always post like a dinner recipe that's under 500 calories. On Wednesdays, I do like a toddler activity. That's fun. On Thursdays, I do something related to working from home. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I always post something to do with a challenge group or coaching opportunity.
Can you like write that out and post it in Team Transform Coaches?
You mean like my schedule of posting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll write out mine. So you guys can just like have an idea of like, you know, go from
I break my day.
Yeah. And I'll tell you that this took me a while to figure out my day. Like it really did. And it took me a while to figure out what I wanted.
I know, like, if you go back on my page and you look for my posts from October of last year, all you're going to see is maybe a motivational quote and then a selfie, like literally a selfie right after I worked out, like the ones we post in the challenge groups, maybe pictures of my breakfast and a picture of me holding my shake. And that's okay, you know, because the more I did it, the more I realized that I needed to add value to it, so I started switching it around. So it wasn't like I signed up as a coach today and then I said, oh, I'm going to post about toddler activities and whatnot. It's because I have a 2-year-old, so I thought that would be interesting to share, so I post that now. So it takes time, and I always tell people, think about things that like maybe 3 to 5 things that are really part of you, and just pick 3 or 5 days of that week and post about it. I leave the weekends free because that's when I post like transformation pictures and information about challenge groups. I only have one more thing on my list that I want to make sure I tell everyone is no matter where you're posting, like if it's like on your like page or your regular Facebook page, if a stranger, like let's say me, and I don't know any of you, so let's say I go to Courtney's page right now, and I've never been to her page actually, and
Get on it, girl.
and I scroll down, I go to her page and I scroll down the top 3 posts. Can I tell that she's Beachbody? Because if I can't, then we have a problem.
Right.
So that's what you have to be thinking. So, and that goes with what Lindsay said before, posting with purpose. So can I tell that she works from home, or that she has a home, like, you know, that she's her own boss? Can I tell that she's like health and fitness focused, or what is she, that she's doing something related to that? And I mean the first 3 posts, you guys, because normally people will not go further than that. And sometimes I contact people and I look at their page. They are strangers to me and they liked my transformation picture, and I go to write to them, and I cannot say how many times I've done that. I always look at their page. I look at what they do for a living. It doesn't say Team Beachbody Coach or anything like that. It says something else. And then I scroll down their page and I like the first 2-3 posts, and then I send them a message, and the reply I get is, "Oh, I'm a coach actually." And I'm like, well, not a very good one, because I just stalked your page and I couldn't tell.
The worst is when you go to someone's page and it's like how I told you I post like those viral videos. Like I'll do like 1 a day, but some people do like 17 a day. And so you can't even find a picture of them. You have no idea who this person even is.
So try like once a week, try to kind of get like a little gut check and check your own Facebook page and look at the first 3 posts and look at it and say, okay, if I go in there and I've never seen it, can I tell you're somehow related to health and fitness or Beachbody? Because if I can't, then you have to switch something.
Right.
And make sure that you have under, you know, your job that it says like, you know, independent Team Beachbody Coach, because you should be proud of it and you should say it. You shouldn't be hiding it from people. Otherwise, you're not going to get very far. I think that's all I have on my list. Notes that I wanted to touch base, but that's important because I can't tell you how many times, and today that happened too, that I wrote to a woman and she wrote me back saying she was a coach in Team Inspire, and I'm like, I have never heard of her. I don't know who she is, and her page doesn't show that she's a coach. You know what I mean?
Right. So
and I have one question.
Before you answer Evelina's question, I saw it. Just hold on. I just want to say one thing, and then we're going to answer her question. Just to, again, back to being you and how like your page is going to be different than our pages. Like you can go to our pages, you can go to, you know, like the top coaches in Team Inspire's pages, and you can go to top coaches in the company, their pages, and you can get ideas, but don't copy it. Don't, like in the beginning, like I used to go to pages and I used to like try to make mine look just like it, and you can't because it won't work. It's not you. And I was on a call once. It was about branding yourself and like creating your own brand. And one girl on the call was like, she lived on a farm or something, and she was talking about her goats. And like to me, like a girl from Long Island who grew up on the beach, like a goat, like you have a goat, like that is just like, what do you mean you have a goat? Like, and then I was talking to somebody and they were like, oh, well, I have chickens and hens and I don't even know. And I was like, who helps you? Like, I can't imagine that even in my life. But if that's like what you do, like that's authentic to you, and everybody should know that you go and get eggs out of the hen house or whatever and take care of this goat, and like that should be like what people learn about you. Like don't like hide that stuff. Like that's all
part of your life, and it might seem really simple and boring to you. Like I live in a really small military town, and it always feels weird when I talk about it, but to someone like Lindsay watching my videos, when I mention it, she's gonna go, God, can you imagine? You know, all you have is a Walmart. Jeez.
No,
so
I think
myself in that sense, like you never know.
Yeah, like you don't know. Like you could,
yeah.
People like could find it really interesting. Like Marina, like I've sent her stuff and she's like, oh, it takes like 3 weeks to get here. And I'm like, really? Why? You know, like, and
it's in the middle of nowhere.
To meet these people. And hold on, Evelina, you're up next. just one more thing I want to say. I use Instagram. I don't use Instagram as a platform for selling. Sometimes it does happen that I do make sales from Instagram, but I don't try to sell on Instagram. But I'll tell you why I use it. I use it because when you click on your profile, you can see all of your posts.
Mm-hmm.
And you can attach your Instagram to your Facebook page. So when you post on Instagram, it automatically goes right to Facebook. So you're posting in two places in one shot. And when you look at your Instagram, you can see like what everybody is seeing about you. It should look like a puzzle piece that fits together nicely. It shouldn't look like
looks really cool when you look at it. Like,
yeah,
I
like
love mine.
some people have like are so good at like getting the tint of the pictures right, and they have like a certain theme. And we're gonna actually, I have stuff planned for that for you guys to like work on. Like you always want to use the same font, and there's certain font that looks good with certain colors and stuff like that. So I recommend using Instagram to help you perfect your posts, because it really gives you a visual in one shot of what everybody is seeing. It's harder to visualize it on Facebook. Okay. So, okay, let's go to Evelina's question.
So her question was, how do I plan my live posts and how do I know what I'm going to talk about? It depends on the day, Evelina. Like if I have something major going on, like when I was doing the fertility treatments, it was easier. And I kind of timed it with whatever was going on. So the day I had to do a shot, I go, okay, I'm going to go live and talk about the shot and what it actually does. And then 3 days later, we had to go to the doctor to check on something. So the 3 days later, I did a live video and talked about the doctor. Now, for example, I am not doing fertility treatments this month, so I'm not talking about that. And I usually do something like whatever is going on that day. I know that my mornings are when I get the most people watching me live, or not necessarily live, like I'll get a lot of people watching the videos in general. But I will do whatever is going on. Like this week, I haven't because my son was really sick, but I went live this afternoon and it was a different timing, but it was right after I worked out, and it was just, okay, this is how it goes. I hadn't planned on going live, but I did a completely different workout, and I hate cardio, and I said, well, I kind of gonna torture myself and do the cardio. And I did T25 and it was hell. And I did it, and then I took pictures, and I was so red. And 15 minutes later, I was still red. And I was like, man, you know, I should post my pictures and talk about how you should do things that maybe you don't like, because I was feeling really good afterwards. And then I go, well, instead of writing it and posting, I'm just gonna go live and tell everybody. So that's why I went live and I talked about that. I'm like, you should put yourself out of your comfort zone and try new things. And that was the purpose of my video today. And then I squeezed in, you know, the challenge group and people doing that right now because the month just started. But I usually just do my live videos with whatever is going on, literally. Like if something comes in the mail, like I had 1 week that I went live every day. And some days I was like, what am I going to talk about? And then the mail came and there was something in the mail. So I went live and I talked about that. Or my house is a mess and I don't have time to clean it. So I go live and I talk about that. It sounds really silly, but it's what goes on in my life. Or let's say I have something going on. Like I have a doctor's appointment and it's an hour and a half away because I live in the middle of nowhere. I mean, who drives an hour and a half to go to the, you know, the gynecologist? Me. So for an ultrasound. So, because we do have doctors, so forgive me, but I just don't trust them. So I'd rather drive the hour and a half. But I'll just basically do videos about things that are going on every day. I mean, I could have done a video when my son was sick, but it was just crazy because he was really sick, so it didn't work. But other than that, I just do whatever is going on. I don't really plan it much. I never talk about like challenge group and buy the access pack, and I never talk about anything like that because otherwise it sounds like an infomercial and it sounds like all I'm doing is trying to sell them something. I just talk about what's going on and I mention the challenge group, but I don't say, you know, oh gosh, there's the all access, it's on sale. No, I might say, because I have access to on demand, I could try this other workout today because I have access to all of them. It's so great. And I did that today, and one of the challengers was commenting, and sometimes they help you. They're like, yes, I love it. Never bored. You can do things. I'm like, yeah, never bored. So I don't know if that answers your question, but it's not like I plan on Monday I do this and on Tuesday I do that.
You could, like, I have written out before like a motivational Monday, like just to give myself ideas, like motivational Monday, tip Tuesday.
No, but I mean for live videos.
No, I do that too. Like just to give myself ideas, but then I'll be like one thing that I keep wanting to go live about, and I like always forget, for like Tip Tuesday or like What's Up Wednesday, like just ideas is about like these diapers that I found that I think are amazing, and they're just like Pampers, but they're half the price, and you can get them here, and I've tried out so many diapers, and yada yada yada. Like stuff like that. Like when something like pops in my head, I'm like, I could go live about this.
Yeah. I mean, or I'll go live cooking. Like if I'm cooking something that's easy to show people, then I'll go live.
Yeah. Or if you like I love Pampered Chef, and I just ordered some new stuff. So I'm like, this is going to be awesome to go live with this, to show people how I use it. But don't stress yourself out about going live. Make it natural. Like when you have something to say, go live. Like when I got to Punta Cana, I think the only time I went live was when we got to the hotel room, because I was like really like emotional and really like couldn't believe like what I earned for my family, and and I showed people.
Hey Lindsay, just letting you know it's 9:20 already.
Okay,
sorry guys.
Okay,
because we have an agenda to get through.
Yes, we have one more thing to talk about. So so I went live about that. Where like Melissa, who I was on the trip with, she was going live like every 2 seconds. Like, I don't really know what she was going live about, but that's not me. I don't feel like I need to necessarily do that. I go live when I feel like there's a purpose.
Yeah. Yes.
Go live with purpose.
When you have to go live every day.
Yeah. If there's no purpose, if you're just gonna like jibber jabber,
Oh my gosh, then don't, because you're just gonna make damage. Like you're gonna it's worse.
Yeah, but like if you have something cool to share with somebody, or something happened with your kids and you're super proud, or you're, going here and you need advice on how to pack, and, like stuff like that, you can totally go live. I go live a lot when I'm cooking, but I don't stress about it. I'm like, okay, if I didn't go live today, I didn't go live. Like there was nothing for me to say, so I didn't do it. I could have gone live today about all the pee and vomit and poop that I cleaned up all over my house because I was losing my freaking mind. Like, it's unbelievable. But
I have to.
I saved you guys on that one.
Different. I think bottom line is, I know we'll go on forever, but it's different for everyone. So if you feel like you have something meaningful or something that you want to share, or you want opinions or whatever, then go live. But don't feel like pressure to go live every day. It's not that.
Yeah.
If I'm doing the fertility treatments, it's easier because I have stuff going on more often. So I will go live more often. Plus I know that people like to know what's going on. But like after that, this month, I'm not going live as much.
Also, when you go live and you're like cooking or whatever you're doing, I always say stuff like, or if I'm talking about like my business or going on this trip, what should I pack, or yada yada, right? I always find a way to link it to, if you guys are interested, like, and if you like these recipes, I'm actually running a free group. I'm starting it in 2 weeks. Just send me a message and let me know, and I'll add you to my free group. Like, you always want to end it with an invitation. Oh, so I won this trip to Dominican Republic. I'm trying to figure out how to pack. I don't know how many bathing suits to bring, blah, 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 blah. I got this free trip. If you're interested in learning how, I'm doing a coaching opportunity call tomorrow night. So let me know and I can add you to that. You want to kind of add it in, add stuff like that in. But so I'm going to keep going on, and we could talk more, you and I, privately about that and figure out your.
Can I say one thing, sorry, before you move on?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I took my Beachbody off as a job, because after going and checking out several YouTube videos by top coaches, that was kind of their recommendation, to take Beachbody off.
Okay.
That you can put like fitness and health, but not to have Beachbody listed as a job. I also did it because I'm finding I'm getting a lot of negativity around actual, like, the name Beachbody.
Really?
So a lot of people that I seem to be reaching out to have had some sort of a bad experience with it, and I don't want people to associate me with Beachbody, because I want to have the opportunity for them to actually get to know me before they label me Beachbody, a horrible, awful, terrible company.
Well, if that's what works for you, then that's what works for you. You know, then write health and fitness coach. But
Yeah, I would write health and fitness coach.
Yeah. It's not like, that's why I say, like, when we do these calls, and it's the same as if you watch a video from a top coach, you listen to it because you want to know what they're doing that's working, but you tailor it to yourself. So you're not going to copy what they're doing to the T.
Yeah, so if you find that that's not working for you, then you need to tweak it for what works for you.
Yes.
And if you put health and fitness coach and people scroll through your page and they see you just posted your insanity video, they're going to know you're a Beachbody coach, but maybe that's better for you. Now you have them engaged in your stuff. They didn't just see Beachbody coach, but now they're looking at your cool videos and your info. So you do.
All right, you guys, let's move on. I'm sorry because
No,
I
just had one other quick question. Is there an app for how to personalize my post? So if I'm doing a motivational quote, is there a way to personalize it so it's on a different background than just using a picture I get offline?
WordSwag.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, WordSwag.
Thank you. That's all.
And you can put your own pictures in it too.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so the last one that we're going to go over is talking about following up and building relationships and earning trust. So I'm going to talk pretty fast for you guys, so we don't keep you much longer. But okay, so when somebody signs up with you and they trust you, right? They are putting all of their eggs in your basket, okay? I'm just going to use Patty as an example. When Patty signed up with me, she was nervous. Like, she had a ton of questions to ask me, and she was like, this was it. Like, she needed this to work. And like, you have a responsibility when you tell somebody, like, I'm gonna be your coach. I'm going to help you. I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to motivate you. I'm going to inspire you. I'm going to help you with meal plans. I'm going to help you with this. I'm going to help you with that. I'm going to check in with you every week. That's your responsibility. And if you don't do those things, if you don't follow up with them, if you're not consistently checking on them and, making sure that they're posting in the group, that's a problem, because they're going to lose trust in you. They're going to lose faith. They're going to start feeling like the people that Evelina is saying, like, they had a bad experience with Beachbody. I have a person now who was in some other group, and she's in my group now. She has switched to me as a coach, and she's like, this is the first time I'm having such a great experience in Beachbody. With Beachbody, I was really nervous to do it with you. I know her, and so she was afraid that it was going to affect our relationship, and I'm like, it's different when you have a coach that, when they commit to you and they show up for you every single day, it's different. And so you have a responsibility to make sure, like, if you're going to sell a challenge pack to someone, if you're going to sign someone up for a challenge and you want to help them, you have to make sure, like, you have to write their name down on a list. You have to make sure, you pick your day you want to do your check-ins, get their weights, get their measurements, like, you have to, like, keep on them, or it's you can't, I don't want to say it's your fault if they fall off, but it's not your fault, like, what if all these people that, I have hundreds of people under me, like, literally hundreds. And I check in with so many people, and I try, it's so hard for me to check in with all these people, but it's my job. And like, I try to do it as much as I possibly can. I try to tag people as much as I can. I try to comment on their posts, give them inspiration, motivate, like tell them how amazing they're doing. And if I didn't do that, I would not be doing my job, and I wouldn't be doing what I promised them. And that's a disservice. And us as Beachbody coaches and as a team together, like, we're going to work together to help everybody achieve success, you know? And you just have to remember that it's so important to build relationships with these people that you signed up. Like, as challengers, as coaches, you need to get to know them. You need to get to know their likes, their dislikes, their problems, their family. Like, I mean, you need to like know who these people are, and you need to ask them questions and, you know, really build this relationship and trust. And as time goes on, you learn more and more and more and more about them, and you become like good friends. Like, Patty and I have become best friends, like from working. We didn't even know each other. Like, Marina and I have become so close, and we've never even met each other like in person, which is so weird to even think about, you know? But like, we've built this friendship, this relationship, this trust, this, she knows that I'll always be there for anything, and she and vice versa, you know? And so when you sign somebody up, you have to make sure that you are on top of it to help them and to be there with them. Because if you guys don't do it, then it's left for us to do it. Because we're not gonna like let people fall away. And this has happened so many times, I can't even begin to tell you, where coaches they go all in, and then all of a sudden they're all out, and they leave all these challengers. And I don't know them, but they're in my group. And I'm doing the best I can to, you know, keep them going and alive and happy and motivated. But I don't have that personal connection with them. They didn't sign up with me, you know? They signed up with whomever. And
that's why sometimes you find so many people out there that like have no coaches. It's weird. And you know, then they start following you, and then they switch to you because they want you to be their coach, because they see you posting every day and sharing, and they go, okay, she's really doing it, she's for real. I don't know, you know, I've had that happen to me a lot lately, so I must be doing something right, you guys. I don't know.
So I started reading this book, this personal development book, and I'm only like 2 chapters in, and like part of it was building relationship. Like, a huge part in the beginning was talking about how it's so important as a leader to learn about the different people that are working with you. And this woman was running this office, and she was walking back to her, you know, she has everybody at their desks, and she was the boss, and she was walking to, you know, past each cubicle, and she stopped at each one to say hello. And this one had this problem, and it was like a negative thing, and this one had this great thing happen, and then the next one had this problem, and she was trying to solve it for them, and the next one had whatever. And she made it back to her office, and she was exhausted, and she messaged her friend who was like an expert on leadership and was like, this is exhausting. Like, is this supposed to be like this? Like, I feel like I'm like a counselor. I feel like I'm like a social worker. I feel like I'm like a babysitter. And the woman was like, yes, this is exactly what leadership is. You need to get to know these people. You need to get to know like about them, their struggles, their, you know, their lives, what they go through. You need to get to know them, because it's part of building a trust. And, you know, you can't just sign them up, challenge pack, you're in the group, and think they're going to, you know, become successful. Like, ultimately, anyone who signs up with a challenge pack, we want them to eventually to get amazing results and to be part of our team, part of our family, you know? But if you're not consistently following up, they're not going to, you know, I mean, I can't say that not every single one, but it will be so rare to have someone just pull through and be an all-star coach if you're not following up on their needs and getting to know them. Does that sum it up, Marina? Okay. Do you want to add anything to that? No? Okay. Does anybody have any questions? No. Okay. I know a lot of information was thrown at you. We had like a ton of different topics. So I just want to leave it with this call for May, that, you know, it's a new month, summer's coming, people want to start feeling good and get ready for Memorial Day. We have on May 22nd, Patty and Andrea are running a clean eating group where they do need to buy 5 packets of Shakeology. So if you guys want to be in that, that's available. I started inviting people already to that. Like when I start having conversations with people and they're telling me they want to lose weight, I'm like, hey, why don't you do this free group with me? Like, it'll be great. All you have to do is get these 5 packets of Shakeology. So keep that in the back of your head. I think I might run another free clean eating group before that. I'll let you guys know. We have a business opportunity. Marina, what's the date of that? What? You're muted.
22nd.
22nd. Okay.
Yes,
So
because, I have a clean eating group, a free group scheduled for the week of the 15th.
okay. So let's do that.
That's the Monday after.
Okay. So there's a free group going on the 15th. There's a free group going on the 22nd.
There's an opportunity call on the 22nd.
Business opportunity call on the 22nd. So there's a lot of stuff going on this month. And remember, our goal every month is to help 3 to 5 people.
Oh my gosh, I was looking at my calendar. Sorry, I just saw that Friday is May 5th, so it's Cinco de Mayo. So if you don't know anything about, like if you don't know what to post about that. Like, you know you're going to go out and drink margaritas and celebrate Cinco de Mayo, and then you're going to be feeling like, you know, crap over the weekend. Well, why don't you start, you know, do this with me, blah, blah, blah.
Right. That's a good thing to post about. And then the Memorial Day thing. And then there's only so many days till summer hits. How many days till the 4th of July? You know, you know, when you post your sweaty selfie, be like, 4th of July, here I come. You know?
July 1st in Canada.
Oh, sorry. So there, you know, there's tons of stuff to do, but, you know, all this stuff that we just spoke about, posting with purpose, bringing people into your storefront, creating relationships, follow-ups, you know, trust. This is all the things, the components that are going to come together to help you get these people signed up with you to change their lives. And so our goal every month is to help 3 to 5 people begin this life-changing journey. So keep that in your mind. Keep posting every day. And I promise you, although I'm not allowed to say that, Beachbody doesn't guarantee any sort of success, blah, blah, blah. But I promise you, if you start posting consistently with purpose, and you are engaging with the people who are engaging on your posts, your business will change.
You mean commenting, not liking?
Anything.
Okay.
Liking, commenting.
And just another date to throw out there for anyone who has Canadian clients.
Yeah.
Anyone who has Canadian clients, May 22nd is Victoria Day. It's a long weekend here.
Oh, look at that. Put that on.
Me too. It's a huge thing here.
Okay, so you should definitely be posting about that. Hey guys, let's do this clean eating group. Let's get you started, you know?
Get ready for the holiday.
Yeah. All right, so I am going to end the call. If anybody has questions, you can definitely message me, Marina, post in Team Transform, and share this with whoever missed the call tonight. And
Yes.
that's it. Okay. So thank you all for being on.
I know everyone is super busy, so I just want to say also thank you for taking the time, you know, and attending and listening. I know it was a lot of information, so if anything, go back and look at the recording. You can fast forward to whatever point you want to listen to again. You can do that too later on if you want to review a particular topic, I guess. But thank you all for being here.
Yes.
Spend an hour with us.
Yes. Love seeing all your beautiful faces. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you
Bye. We'll see the baby. So cute. Bye.
Oh.
Jessica's sleeping. Good night, Jessica.
I'm in the dark.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.